Hey guys, so as you can see, we're in the office today, and the girl who was banging on the bathroom door came back. This time I opened the door for her in my towel. Very awkward for me. As you guys know, I'm not comfortable being naked in front of my coworkers. And she said, oh, the last person that was here didn't open the door for me. And I said, yep, it was me. Sorry, ran out of SD card space. But yeah, so I said, this is awkward because I don't feel comfortable being naked in front of people I don't know, especially my coworkers. So she goes, we all have the same parts. And I thought that was interesting because I feel like there is this world of women where it's there are some women that had naked moms and some women that did not. And I did not have a naked mom, right? My mom wasn't walking around the house naked or anything like that. So I don't feel comfortable around other women naked. I'm not in locker rooms or what have you naked with other people, women. I just don't like it personally, and I don't think that I should be judged for that. All power to you. You love your body, you love this, I'm so excited for you, but I just feel why do I have to force to be a part of that community if I'm not a part of it? You know what I mean? I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, having my breakfast now. I had 2 eggs, and now I'm having my acai bowl. Sugar overload. And then I'm gonna start work because I have a busy day. I had 14 meetings. Let's do it. Cool. Hey guys, we're back again with your favorite series on creatives. As you know, I'm doing this sort of on my channel as a way to learn more about creativity, creative people, and I am here with Maurice Getty, who is another incredible intro from Divine that you saw at the start of the series. And today I'm going to learn more about someone who's behind the camera quite a bit, but also a creator himself. Yes. Maurice, these guys hear from me all the time. They want to hear from you. Tell me more about you, sort of your intro. I'll get all of your socials up on the screen as well, but definitely if you could tell us more about sort of background, where you're from, what creed.
So as she said, my name is Maurice Getty. Most people know me as Reese, or Reese the director. I've been curating for about 11 to almost 12 years. So my production is called WYK Production, and it stands for What You Know and Who You Know, because I just always felt I used to always hear that term. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Yeah. And I just felt I put a lot of energy into all the things I do. So I'm it's not just about who you know, it's really about just what you put into it, So I originally it started as an acting production. I was running a theater production. I studied at Stella Adler Studio of Acting. So my vision was to be kind of like a Tyler Perry, put together a cast and we just go and spread awareness. But I kept meeting rappers. It was the weirdest thing. I would try to.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, and people would be I don't mind doing it, but everyone I met was a rapper / poet. So a friend of mine came up with this cool idea. He said you should merge the rappers with the actors and create a show called Music and Monologues. And I'm that's a great name. So. Fast forward years later, I've just been curating shows, and how I got into filming, just pretty much cutting the middleman. It's so expensive having someone, film your shows for you. So I just decided to pick up the camera myself, and just doing theater. I don't really like being on in front of the camera. I like being behind the camera. So most people don't really get to see me. But what inspires me, I love a live performance. So I guess being in the theater world, I love a live show, just watching street performers, coming out on 14th Street was perfect because I don't really get to see the 14th Street area, but I know they do the ciphers and the hip hop scene is over there. So I love a live performance. So any way I can put artists on the stage and create a platform, I want to be a part of it.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Maurice. Already I feel you're such an inspiration in terms of what you've been able to create. Tell me more about that. What are some of your favorite artists starting out, sort of who I guess inspired you to keep going with respect to this? And how do you meet new artists? What does the curation process for your shows involve? And for folks who are looking to get into the space of creating shows, where should they start?
Okay. So favorite artists for me, I'm kind of old school, so I like their Tupac, Biggie, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Those are my go-tos. I'm a super R&B head. I love anything old school R&B, Boyz II Men, Bobby V, Donnell Jones. I love all of those guys, and I'm really inspired by Nick Cannon. I feel most people don't talk about Nick, but he's a great mogul, and he creates a lot of platforms for tons of entrepreneurs and artists. So like I've been super inspired by what he does, you know. So that's been my whole idea, like creating this community, this family of people I can continuously work with. But how do I find new people? Social media, and just like I'm old school, so it's really word of mouth. Most people like to like just kind of like write people online, but I love to, if I see someone on the train and you know, just I just love networking with real people. You know, actually how I met Divine, like we met at a showcase powered by another curator. Her name is Bossed Up. She was the photographer at this show, and she and I just kind of exchanged information, and she had a show and I came out and I just filmed some of the artists at her show, and she was like, hey, you know, how much do you charge to film, you know? And just kind of just a year later, we've been working so consistent, like twice a month, where she's curating shows and I'm behind the camera filming the media. If I can like refer any artists, I'll send artists out to her shows, and vice versa. You know, like actually I have a show coming up at Le Coup Cafe. It's right in Brooklyn. It's a Black-owned vegan restaurant, and it was referred by Divine. She did a show there, and then she was like, hey, like this location, they allow other curators to put shows together. So I'm like, I'm gonna reach out and see if I can do something there. And I have 42 artists that's performing at this next event. Like I'm extremely excited, but a little overwhelmed. Yeah, it's a big group of people that I have to deal with. And it's challenging. You know, I noticed that it gets more challenging when money's involved, you know, so like I'm really more open to like the free things, you know, because it makes it more easy.
It's less pressure.
Yeah, it's way less pressure. So like most things I do, I try to not attach money to it, because now you're not on my back about deadlines or things in that nature. So yeah, to like get in touch with me, I'm really open to any type of art. You know, I love like old school R&B, rap, you know, singing, anything in that aspect. I try to book poets. It's kind of hard to find a lot of poets because poets want to be amongst poets. But you know, like I love poets, so I try to like open the show with some poetry and then kind of lead into like the singers, maybe someone that does covers, and some. I have a few people that play instruments, so like, you know, I'm really big on that, like shedding light on those artists. Wow. Just trying to create a platform for artists.
Yeah. Oh, that's incredible. Definitely would also, because I think one of the things that strikes me about the shows that you curate is the community that you're building as a part of it. I guess I just wonder how community building and sort of like creating that connection between the artists plays a role in how you see sort of the future of your brand. I think that community building is something that, like, because of the internet, feels harder these days. Yes. So tell me more about how you're creating a space, creating a brand, creating a community through the work that you're doing.
Well, I try to work with the same people. So definitely if we build a rapport, we have like a good chemistry. I try to kind of stick and work with those same people. I'm really big on referrals. Like if I have a great relationship with you, I'm sure, like, hence how we met, Divine, I'm always gonna keep shouting her out. You know, like if you meet someone good, they'll refer you to someone else that's good. So I try to keep that connection, like just referrals.
Show coming up, definitely would love to get a sense of sort of like future state. Where do you see the brand going in the next few years? What are some of the goals that you have? I know you mentioned Nick Cannon, which sounds like he's a great inspiration for you in terms of where you see the brand going, but definitely would love to get a sense of what you anticipate that looking like. Is that a series similar to some of the things that he's done or otherwise? And also some artists that maybe we can be on the lookout for, some works that they have coming out or events that folks can support.
Yes. So one, definitely be on the lookout for my artist, Money Monet. She's an R&B artist, bringing that old nostalgic 90s sound. You know, she's really heavily inspired by Biggie Smalls, you know, being from Brooklyn, you know, so she's bringing that energy. And things to look out for, you said?
Yeah.
So honestly, I want to kind of transition and get back into theater, to acting. You know, I've been doing this for a while, curating shows, but like I said, originally I wanted to create a theater production, kind of like Tyler Perry. You know, I have the same cast and we tour around with the same show and the same production. So I really want to get back into acting. You know, it's so weird. Like every time I'm like, because I was working on a play. So I have this play I'm working on. It's called The Domestic Violence Project. You know, and just pretty much spreading awareness on domestic violence. But I keep meeting rappers, and I keep getting kind of pulled into, hey, would you film my show? And it's like, damn, I'll put that on hold. Let me film this next show. Let me do some mic drops. So just any way I can stay proactive with doing showcases and everything in the music world. But I really want to get back into acting. That's like really my goal.
Yeah. Well, definitely, if you're an actor, reach out to Maurice.
Yes,
sounds
please, I would love to be
sounds
in your project. Yes,
like
yes.
looking for more actors, looking to get more involved in that. So definitely, I would recommend folks to connect with you, but also for the events that you have coming up, definitely we'll share some of the flyers and everything that you have on the channel as well. More to come for sure. Many of the artists that you'll see on my channel, Maurice has either worked with, found, or else otherwise.
My boy Arthur.
Yes,
And
Arthur, I have
Arthur and
already.
We met like 11 years ago, and so Arthur and I, that's a good friend of mine. Like anytime I have a show, or same with Divine when she has a show, he's like the first person you put on the list because he's very supportive. He's always going to show up and like bring that great energy. But I met him at a studio. Like he was leaving the studio. I was coming into a studio with another artist I was working with at the time, and his music was like still playing as he was leaving out. And I'm like, yo, that's you, bro. Like, and it was funny how we connected because he sounded like The Dream, and it made me feel kind of dated because he didn't know who The Dream was at that time. He's like, who is that? I'm like, you don't know who The Dream is? Like, what? Yeah, I felt old. Like, you don't know The Dream. So then we connected from there, and it's like just from there on out, we've been connected since then. So anytime I have anything going on, I was living in Connecticut for about 5 years. And I moved back to Brooklyn, and I was just on the train one day, and I'm always like looking for, like, I love those guys that dance on the train. Not anymore like I used to. It's more like, give me money. It's so forceful now. Before, you really got to see the creativity and the art, and I used to be like, I love what they're doing. It's a little different now, but just being on the train, just looking around, and I see my boy Arthur just chilling. I'm like, yo, Art, and then we just connected from there, and we've been tapped in ever since.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, Arthur's great. If you haven't watched his interview, it's incredible.
Oh, you guys interviewed already?
Yes, we have.
Nice.
We chatted about quite a few things. Many of the things that you've mentioned, sort of, he's excited to be a part of as well. Channel, and more to come. Yeah, of course.
Watch the channel, subscribe.
Yes, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.
Mixing on the beat. Mixing on the beat.
Okay. So breakfast is over. So I got this. It's like lemon tea. I don't know. It looks pretty good. It's like lemon and ginger. Some Cheerios. We get some milk. 2 boiled eggs and a banana to hold me over. I have an interview today. Many meetings. So let's do it, and I look pretty.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here with Justin, who is an incredible creative, again, as a part of my series that you guys have been following along with. I'll let Justin introduce himself, and then we're gonna ask him some questions about what creativity means to him and learn more about the art that he is making. So, Justin.
Hi. So, my government name is Justin, right? But my artist name is Lil Justo. I sing and I rap. I don't like to fit into one pocket. I like to fit in all pockets. So what that means is I wanna do R&B. I wanna do rap. I wanna do reggae. I want to do reggaeton. I want to do a whole bunch of things, right? But I have one message, and that one message is to stay on top of your mental health, to put yourself first, make yourself a priority, right? While also balancing the fact that love and showing kindness and appreciation in this world is important. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's like you knew. My followers know that mental health, wellness are so important to me. They're the reason why I started this channel. So we will get into that because I love that that's something that's a part of your message as well. But tell me more about like what brought you to this point. Like what inspired you to be a creative in the first place? Or like what does art, music mean to you? Is what I'd love to understand. And then definitely want to understand sort of like that path of mental health, wellness, and how that plays a role in the music that you make as well.
So I want to start with like art being a creative form, right? I want to start with art being something that allows you to express your feelings, right? I was a individual as a younger person, that struggled with speech. I had a speech impediment when I was growing up. So writing and music and art was a form and an outlet for me to be able to express myself to whether it was like my family members or like my friends or even like a girl I was talking to, you know what I'm saying? Like I found writing to be something that allowed me to express myself better than I could talk, I started actually singing when I was 4. So I was in the church choir growing up, and I also was dancing as well. I found myself in a little bit of acting. Like art was something that ultimately allowed me to express myself and find my footing within society without having to feel like I was struggling. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So it sounds like being able to translate who you are through music was a great way for you to get started. Are there artists out there that do similar to sort of like the style that you're going for, and sort of like who I guess are your inspos in getting to that next level in terms of being able to translate the way that you express yourself through your music?
So I grew up on a lot of like Aaliyah and Brandy. My mom used to play it a lot in the whip, so I grew up on a lot of like old school music.
That's awesome.
So I feel like the way that they create was like innovative to their time, you know what I'm saying? And it's still innovative. That goes to show you how good of artists that they were. So I kind of try and like I want to follow in those footsteps, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to be innovative. I want to, express myself in a way that nobody else has been able to. For my supporters, for people that don't know me, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I say Aaliyah, Brandy. I grew up on like a lot of like Music Soul Child as well. So I say like those 3 artists are like inspos and people that I would compare my music to. And the current, I say, that's a hard one. Currently, I say probably like Chris Brown a little bit of Bryson Tiller, like that type of. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm a hopeless romantic, so you know what I'm saying. Like, I like thrive in that space and being able to like express like feelings. A lot of men aren't able to like express feelings towards women because I feel like that's kind of like a discourse within society that like men aren't allowed to feel, and we're trying to get there as like society keeps pushing, but there's missteps that people take, and I feel like social media plays a part in that as well. But those are the artists I would compare myself to, and like that's kind of like what I want my music to allow itself to do. So.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, and I think what you've described, sort of your inspo and the artists that inspire you, as well as sort of the journey that you've had through being able to express yourself through your music, lends well to this idea that like people utilize music in navigating their mental health, like, and a part of your wellness journey. I mean, every day when I'm at the gym, I'm listening to music that's inspiring me to keep going. It sounds like making music was a way for you to be able to express yourself as well. And the artists that you've described sort of have this great way to tell us about love and connection through their music. how do you do that in your music? What does that look like in terms of the art that you create?
So I do so when I like write, right? So that's my first step. So when I write my music, I make sure that I like, if I'm not in that current space at the moment, I try to put myself in that space. And that's hard. That's a hard thing to do, but like I've been doing like music so long, like as a hobby first, as something I loved first. So it became easy for me to do that. You know, and I don't want to like brag or anything, but you know, like I said before, like I just want others to relate to the feelings I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? Like I want others to have like that safe space, and I feel like my music is that safe space. Like when I sit down and write, I put myself in that place, and I try to be as honest and truthful as possible, even if that means like I'm exposed to something that I did wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or like even if the perfect words don't come. And I feel like a lot of artists kind of hold themselves accountable for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like if a song isn't good, you write it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there's always a way to start over. There's even if you're not conveying it to the best of your capability in that moment, right? Like somebody's gonna relate to it out in this world. You know what I'm saying? Like just the fact that you're being honest and like vulnerable is very telling. So that's my first step. And my second step is I feel like I try to cut back now on the amount of verbiage I use, like the amount of words I use, and kind of express, maybe it's like sadness, vulnerability, or like happiness through my melodies, right? So like even like the use of like repetition, even the use of like a certain melody or a certain pocket you're hitting, like it expresses that emotion. It's that sound wave, it's that frequency that it expresses that emotion and makes the audience feel like, all right, like I can, like I'm in this story as well. I'm not from the outside looking in. I'm in this story as well with this person. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I love it. I think, one, being able to connect with people, thinking about sort of your audience in terms of the music that you're making sounds like it's super important in your creative process. I guess tell me more about that. How does community play a role in the music that you make? Are you thinking about your audience as a part of that music? Are you speaking to someone in particular? Or maybe it's a time in your life that you feel like others can relate to? Yeah, I would love to learn more about that.
Yeah. So I have many people that I speak to, right? Like when I first started music, like I said, it was a way for me to get my feelings across, right? So I would treat music as if I'm writing a letter to somebody. Like if I'm writing a letter to that person that hurt me, or I'm writing a letter to, you know, my mom or my dad, or, you know, like anybody in that moment that I felt like didn't understand me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like that was like the first way I played it. But now, like as I'm starting to take music serious, there's a bigger like audience that I gotta tend to.
So tell me more about how mental health, sort of navigating your mental health, plays a role in the incredible music that you make, specifically like how that's a part of your creative process. So yeah, would love to hear more about that.
Yeah. So I go through like depression and anxiety, for all my people out there. So sometimes with the music, I dropped an album called Always Going Through Something. I dropped it in 2024, and it was about like the dealings with my ex-girlfriend. And I was just going through each song in terms of like reflecting on like a specific moment in that relationship where I felt like she was taking advantage of me, or like she was going behind my back, and I was overthinking about it. Yeah, so with my anxiety comes a lot of overthinking, right? So in order for me to resolve that, like I write what I'm feeling out so that I'm not thinking about it in my head. Like that's how my music comes first before like anything, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the authenticity within that is what people in my like crowd and like audience like kind of relate to, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like with my anxiety that plays a role. And then with my depression, like sometimes I get down on myself because I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm like not all the way there yet, or I feel like I'm not doing enough, like I should be doing more all the time, right? So like with my music, I'm able to reflect on like some of the past dealings like I've dealt with, like the trauma growing up as like a child, and like, you know, getting like pressured to be like my best self. Not specifically by like anybody, but just with my like my family, my friends and everything, like always pressured to be like the best person possible. And like with my music, I feel like I could get vulnerable and I could go through why I feel like, you know, I don't have to be the best person when I get outside in the world. Every time I wake up, every day, you know what I'm saying? Like I could walk through this world and make mistakes. As long as I write them, I'll be good, you know? So.
Absolutely. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. I think all of us can certainly relate to feeling like we're not good enough and like we could be doing more. But I love that you utilize music to be able to overcome those feelings. And also the fact that you show up, that you create every single day, that's more than enough, right? Like that's you putting yourself out there in the world as well. So love that. Also would love to understand sort of some of the upcoming showcases that you have, because I know that is how you met Divine. Divine sort of has put me on to the incredible group of creators that she knows. So tell me more about some upcoming showcases that you'll be a part of in addition to your album, which you're super excited about.
Right. So I have a show in Harlem. It's called Mic Drop. Shout out to Harlem. I met her around the same time I met Divine. Actually, like I had a paid ad for one of my songs. It's the Kalani song, the Folder remix. So I bought a Meta ad actually, and like I pushed it, and then and Divine actually, she reached out to me about like 2 weeks after. So this is about like 6 to 7 months ago. She reached out to me like 2 weeks after Harlem had reached out to me, and she came to me and was like, yo, like I really mess with your music, I really mess with the message that you got. And I was like, the fact that you were like real enough to call me out on that and like be like that you want me at your show, like that was like the love that I appreciated, because with music it was always like a hobby, it was always like a sense of therapy to me. I never thought that I could really like move forward like how I'm moving forward for this past like couple months. So I appreciate Divine, and she got a showcase coming soon, I believe in September with DJ Ralphie, and I'll be performing there. So be on the lookout. As I'm writing like these songs about these people, right? I try to make it very like from the baseline and not like in between the lines. You know what I'm saying? So like I try to make it like general so it's relatable to my audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to create a community. I want to create like a community and like a safe space where people feel like they can vent about whatever they're going through in their life, because people go through similar things. Like as I've grown up and as I've started to wisen, like I realized like I'm not alone in the feelings that I felt. Like I felt feelings of betrayal that I felt like nobody ever felt, but I've talked to certain people and they've been through some similar things. So it's all about like opening your mind and being able to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, I know it's hard. I know it's hard for like all of my men out here, but I do it through music, and you can find an outlet that you could do it through as well. Like you don't have to just talk. You can find an outlet to express yourself with. And I feel like, music is my home, and I want to just share it with everybody, and make sure that people have that opportunity, right, to feel like they have a safe space as well when they don't feel like they have one. So, yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And I think, as we both know, creating community is such an important part of being able to be an artist, to share your art, and to be able to, I think, create a world that you want to live in, right? That is reflective of the music that you're making. So would love to understand sort of like what's next for you in terms of being able to foster that community further. What sort of projects are you working on right now that tell that story of where you're going and the audience that you're trying to reach?
All right, so let me start with this. I have an album coming out. It's called It Feel Like. I use that line at the start of my songs, but it has a really like deeper meaning to it. Like, if like It Feel Like is a way that like I started, because like each song I make is me expressing how I feel about a certain situation. You know what I'm saying? So I have an album. It's 10 songs, and it comes out on August 7th. I'm excited to announce that. It's very like summery vibes, you know. This is the first time that I made a project where like, you know, I feel like I had fun with it. You know, I had fun. I didn't like think about it too much. I didn't overthink, because I'm an overthinker. I didn't overthink it too much. I just made the music based on how I was feeling for these past couple of months. Because right now I'm in love. Like I have a girlfriend, you know, and it's easy to kind of just express my feelings through the music towards her, you know. And I was able to craft this project for y'all. So it feel like it's dropping August 7th. And then I also have an album release party coming on the same night as well. So you guys could come through. It's gonna be in Queens. More details to come soon on my Instagram, but I want that to be a place where I showcase my songs to y'all, and I want that also to be a space where y'all could vibe, and y'all could like talk to each other, have stories for each other to relate, you know. And I want to join some of y'all spaces too. So come through, and I'm sure we're gonna have a good time.
All right, you guys heard it here first. It feels like it's coming out August 10th, so definitely looking forward to that. Also, check out the release party. I'll link all of your socials as well. But thank you so much, Lil Justo. It's been such a pleasure having you on the channel. I hope to have you again. I also would love to chat more about the journey of your mental health as it relates to the music. So we'll have more on the series as well, but really appreciate the time, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye. Guys, it's raining today, but we are headed to thrift shop with my mentee, so should be fun. Outfit of the day is actually so cute. It's like a little baby doll lace dress, and then I have like shorts under it, and it's raining, so I have like a little trench coat, so let's do it.
Yeah, but now I'm just like, okay, no more. You guys don't even want to leave those guys, so I'll just pick and choose forever. Because I didn't vote, because I saw those 4 people we had to vote for, and I was like,
Well, let's look. Let's see what we see. Yeah.
but you know what? I've been thinking more about salad or eat it with it.
I think you're supposed to dip the taco in it. I think.
Never been the same, never been the same, never been the same. All right, let's turn up. All right, run it back. We was never worried about no radio plays, and since then, never been the same, never been the same, never been the same, never been the same.
So please tell us more about the flavors.
This is hibiscus mini rum cake, rum raisin,
Oh wow.
classic vanilla, walnut, and pineapple. Everything is infused with rum.
What do you think food
And
is
the
you wanna
raisins
be?
are soaked in rum.
Hold my shoulders when I stop living rushed. I don't chase it.
Okay, now we're trying to go to Goyard, but it looks like it has a line. And we have a reservation, so we gotta hurry.
Letting my body learn. This clean skin, soft light, express the shows in my eyes. Is how I hold my shoulders when I stop living rushed. I don't chase it, I make space for it. I come back to myself. That's a woman's glow, not loud, but you can feel it. That's a woman's glow. When I'm calm, it gets realer. That's a woman's glow. When I take my time, it's a light I don't chase. It's a light I find. The real glow comes from inside. When I don't need a proof. When I say no without guilt, and I still keep my peace. It's being kind, staying sharp. It's knowing what I allow.
So guys, I got the white coconut cream and Lewis got the jasmine tea. We got hot tea even though it's hot outside. Yeah, we'll have some ice in it to cool down a little bit. Truffle grilled cheese.
Yeah.
And then it's honey mustard sauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tea, vegetable quiche, gluten, tuna tartare, chicken salad, honey curry, garnish with cashew and parsley, grab salmon roll on a brioche bun, salmon roll, egg salad sandwich on whole wheat bread, sour tomato cones, grilled cheese, basil pesto, tomato jam. And for the sweets, mango pavlova, blueberry fruit tart, matcha chocolate cake. Madeleine is orange essence Madeleine. And for your scones, there's sour cherry and a black pepper and cheddar.
Ooh,
It says
amazing.
cream and strawberry jam.
Oh, thank you so much. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm trying the tomato cone, which I believe they're famous for. That's really good, you guys.
This thing's really good.
The chicken one you liked? I really like the tomato. You have to try the tomato cone. Tomato cone. What did you say?
Tomato.
Tomato.
I used to think the glow was makeup, something I had to earn, but it's water in the morning, and letting my body learn. This clean skin, soft light, this rest that shows in my eyes. Is how I hold my shoulders when I stop living
So sick.
right. I don't chase it, I make space for it.